ChrisPerezRockers.
I'm waiting for people to log in.
That'll work. That'll work. I'm just gonna hit
I'm
live.
waiting for people to log in.
You want to drop this back? I think it'll be alright.
It'll be 2 different views then.
Well,
Everybody, hello.
I thought we're a little late.
Yeah.
Are they logging in?
Got 15 viewers. Hi, rockers. And that's Chris's phone for his page.
Yeah, custom mic stand and everything. So yeah.
He didn't want to play nothing, but look at him.
Promised. Well, I can't be in a room with an acoustic guitar and like not at least touch it.
There you go.
So, but we're here for Q&A, right?
Yes.
And that's the one thing too. Like if I have it in my hand and I'm trying to talk, I'll just be playing the whole time and I won't shut up. So we're gonna have to take it away from me.
Oh, I'm good now. We're waiting for viewers anyway. Play a song everybody knows.
Just listening.
20 viewers. Come on, people. I'm sure yours has more viewers.
I don't know.
Hey, you need to see.
But
Ooh.
yeah.
Hold on, people. Hold on. This is just hanging out at the studio. You got 680 something viewers.
Already.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. So we's chilling.
We chilling in the studio.
Getting ready to
Chat.
talk a little bit.
Yes.
But Nora's waiting for some viewers.
More viewers. You know you have over 800,000 in your Facebook. So yeah.
I don't know when that happened. I don't. I remember back when it was like 10,000, 12,000.
I liked your page when you had like 200 and something. I remember that.
200 and something thousand?
No, 200 and something.
Oh, people.
Likes.
Oh my God.
At the very beginning.
That was, yeah, I don't know how long ago that was, but
That was long ago.
yeah, I've never really I didn't keep up with that too much at first, you know what I mean? And then I know of some people that have actually how do you say it? I'm not super savvy with social media, so I don't know much about like buying
All the ads and all that.
Yeah,
I
don't
see
know
that
how-
too.
I don't know how that works. I've never done it.
I get that a lot on rockers too, and I'm like, nah, it's okay.
Yeah, so like I'll meet a lot of people on business meetings or whatever, or just in general that run businesses, and they'll ask me like about social media, and I'm always like super proud when I tell them like, no, it's all organic. I've never played it like that, because the way I see it is like, if I gotta buy anybody to like my page, I mean, they're not really
Yes, exactly.
fans, you know.
Oh, they want us to speak in Spanish. Bueno, Chris lo que está diciendo es que cuando tienes tus propias páginas te ofrecen a que compres likes. Y él dice que a él no le gusta hacer eso. ¿Cuál es la razón de comprar likes? Que esos no son fans de verdad.
Very good, Norma. Nora.
Translator.
My translator. So, how many we got now?
64. It's all right. We can keep
That's
going.
Cool. All right.
How many over there?
Let's start with some questions. Oh, wait. Yeah, and then we brought some goodies, too. So, Nora's going to have them.
Oh, yeah.
She's got some T-shirts of mine.
Well, everybody on Chris's page, follow ChrisPerezRockers. And I'm going to have some goodies that he gave me. I'm going to give away. Yeah, for the rockers, too. He gave me some goodies that I'm going to be giving away to you guys. It's all for you.
Right.
Okay, so any plans, anything new going on before we get this going?
Yeah, lots of stuff going on.
That you can share with us?
Yeah. Let's see. well, I'm excited about all of it, but the one thing that I've always wanted to do for many years now, outside of the music thing, is a lot of you guys already know that I'm a fan of spicy stuff, hot sauce, things like that. Well, the opportunity presented itself to actually create my own. So that's something that we've been working on for the last, not quite a month yet, but it's moving really fast. And the goal is to try to have something finished by before Christmas, which it has to move really fast. And I'm learning a lot about how like the FDA works and the approval of this, and sometimes it could be a lengthy process depending on what road you want to go down. So I've been working with this company, and they've been super supportive, really cool. They've sent me a bunch of. Let me get them real quick. Check this out.
Go ahead. Y'all heard it here first, everybody. He's getting his own hot sauce. Chris está hablando de que va a tener su propia salsa picante.
So check this out. So this is how it works. This is the process we've been going down. So they started off sending me a few samples, and then I get to, because of the salsa or the pepperhead that I am, the ingredients that they would put in certain samples, I would say, "Ooh, that's cool, but take that one out, add more of this." And so that's been the process so far of creating it. So like right here is, I'm going to cover the name of the company I'm working with right now. But like right here is hot sauce sample number 1. And they're all really good. I'm just trying to come up with the one that will
be it.
The first one. Yeah, and then again too, the plan is to get to like 2 or 3 different hot sauces. And then here's sample number 2. It's a little more green. It had some lime and a lot of other cool ingredients in it. And then we just keep changing it up. Then we have sample 3, and so far we've done 5, and like we're right super close to finalizing it. So I'm really excited about that. And we're also doing the whole coming up with the logo for it. So we don't know if we want to be kind of funny or if we want to be like serious gourmet type thing. Me and my team are going over all that stuff. So that's really exciting for me. Like I said, again, the goal is to try to have something out before the holidays. That's one thing. And what's the other thing? Another thing is that's on the table is a documentary that focuses more on my life leading up to obviously Los Dinos and the bands that I played with before that, and then of course some of what went on with me and Los Dinos, and of course Selena. It's not going to be a lot of that, but that understandably as part of my story, there will be some of that in there, and what's happened afterwards, and kind of give people, most importantly my fans, but also just people in general, a better idea of who I am. Because a lot of people go by things that have been put out there, which is cool. I understand that's how it works, but we get to kind of get a little deeper into who I am in the documentary. So we're talking, and right now they're doing the research to put it together. The company is out of Austin, Texas. They've got, I don't even know how many Emmys in their pockets. I mean, they're and super nice guys too. Also, one of them, I got to meet Steve Trevino, amazing comedian, funny guy, super cool dude. We got to hang out in Austin the other day and go looking at some studios. And if you get the chance, look him up, Steve Trevino, comedian. He's going to be involved in it as well as far as the documentary from a production kind of standpoint is where it stands right now. So that's the other thing that I'm working on. Again, we were getting B-roll yesterday at the Kiss concert. We went to Kiss last night and got to meet the guys in the band. It was, one of those things, like as a kid, starting out, Kiss was the first band that I ever really loved that would get me to sit in front of the stereo and open the records and as you know, read all the credits and who wrote what songs and the lyrics and the pictures, and I would even go so far as like to open the sleeve and smell the record. You know, I was crazy, but to be able to come full circle and meet those guys last night, take some pictures and watch the show was like a true
surreal.
Yeah, it was a testament to, like, you know, like, who would have thought as a 9-year-old kid sitting there, you know, being such a fan, and then all of a sudden having the opportunity to, not all of a sudden, but then to one day have the opportunity to meet him and just to see him from a different perspective, and it was amazing. And that's like a testament to the hard work that, you know, for anybody out there that, especially the young kids that have dreams, you know, you put in the hard work and you chase after it, and you jump the hurdles and you cross the barriers that certain people try to put up for you. I mean, the payoff is not speaking from a financial standpoint, but just the life that you get to live and doing what you love to do and playing with the people that you love to play with or that you respect or that you grew up listening to. I mean, there is no substitute for that, and I'm happy that I was able to do that last night. So yeah, that was an amazing night last night. I'm ready to get back to my music, which is something that will be tied into the documentary, some new stuff, as well as some old stuff reworked, you know. So there's a lot going on. So what did we cover? We covered the hot sauce, we covered the documentary, and I can't think right now about it.
Oh, let me catch everybody up in Spanish. Los que están preguntando en español. Las salsas son 5, right? It was 5.
Well, there was 5 samples, yeah.
Yeah, 5 que van a escoger de esas 5 salen para diciembre y las quieren salir. No podemos poner mucha información todavía porque, you know, no se han hecho, pero quieren salir para diciembre. Lo demás con lo que está trabajando Chris es un documental, una serie documental donde se va a enfocar más en la vida de él. All the way up to los dinos, right? Hasta los dinos.
And past, you know.
Y
yeah.
Después de los dinos. Casi va a ser basada en la vida de él. La nueva música es en lo que está trabajando para las series, o en eso está trabajando ahorita. Y estaba hablando del concierto de anoche, que es algo muy especial para él, ver un grupo con el cual él creció y tuvo mucho que ver en su niñez. All right, go for it. I do them short.
So yeah, well, no, you had some Q&A, right? Or
Yeah, I'm going to ask some questions.
The fun stuff.
Vas a preguntar unas preguntas y luego a ver qué dice la gente. I don't know how your phone is doing over there.
I don't know how my phone's doing either. Let me check.
Check your phone.
Yep. What's up, everybody?
It's working.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. First question is, what or who inspired you to start playing guitar? La pregunta es, ¿qué o quién te inspiró a empezar a tocar la guitarra? We gotta be bilingual.
The first, man, like, it wasn't necessarily a guitar player at first. It was more like rock groups, you know, that I was growing up listening to. Pretty heavy stuff. Well, at the time, it was Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, Ozzy, and so the guitar players in that band, you know, Dave Murray, Adrian Smith, Glenn Tipton, KK Downing, Randy Rhoads, and of course Eddie Van Halen, Ace Frehley from Kiss. Those guys got me inspired. But by the time I hit Eddie Van Halen as a guitar player, that's kind of where I started hearing the call. You know what I mean? To take it a little more serious. So I guess if I had to pick one, I would say Eddie Van Halen was.
Halen.
Yeah, I think so.
That's when you saw the light.
Literally.
All right. What's your most memorable moment playing with Los Dinos or your band? Or both?
there was one in particular. No, I don't even know. I want to say it was a New Year's gig. It was called The Summit in Houston, Texas with Selena.
Oh my God, I remember that place.
Yeah,
Summit.
yeah, and it had to be before '92 because we weren't married yet, but we were seeing each other on the down low. And I just remember that show and the whole vibe and everybody, before the earmuffs kids, but before the shit hit the fan, you know what I mean? And when it was cool to be seeing each other and everybody was okay with it. And I just remember that show for some reason in particular. Of course the crowd was amazing and the turnout, it was just a real energetic show. So it was at the Summit, which is now where I think Joel Osteen.
Yeah, Lakewood Church.
Lakewood Church is what it's called now.
Yeah.
So that would be the one with Selena, and then the one with my band was, there's two, and they were both crazy in a rowdy kind of no holds barred rock and roll kind of way, I guess. Like one was in El Paso, and it just got really bad. Fans were rowdy. Me and the guys in my band were rowdy. The guys in the other band were we had been on tour for a minute together, all these different bands, and for some reason it just boiled to a head in El Paso. And it was just there was a lot of intensity between the guys on stage and the crowd, and the band that went up after us actually people started storming the stage and like wanting to throw down. Yeah,
everybody was having fun.
Lead singer ran into my bus, and he was bloody, cut up, like they got into him, and it was a scary situation. Everybody just got so hyped. The music was intense as well. That was one. The other one was not quite as crazy, but still crazy. Was the Woodstock in it was the late '90s. That Woodstock that they had out there, and I got to meet a lot of my heroes, and I got to meet a lot of people that were in the scene at that time. Like I remember got to meet Sheryl Crow. I got to meet the interviewer Matt Pinfield and people that I had seen on TV growing up. It was really cool. When my band went up on stage and we started playing, I remember I was in the zone doing my thing, and I turned to the side and I see CeCe DeVille from Poison, the guitar player from Poison, standing there jamming out to the group. I'm like, that was surreal. And then the night ended with everybody just starting fires everywhere. It made the news. It was crazy. It was scary. People were I don't know how it got muddy. I don't remember it raining, but there was mud on a big section, and people were just rubbing mud all over themselves, and it reminded me of a scene from like out of Apocalypse Now or something. It was just nuts. So those are the two with my band that stick out the most.
All right. How would your family describe you?
My family? I don't know. I think it's weird. It's as a kid, the super quiet, to himself one, but still had that side to him of like getting in trouble,
The horns holding up the halo.
Is that what it is? Yeah. Yeah, something like that. I had horns and a halo, I guess. But, and then it's funny because my cousin and I talk about this a lot on my dad's side, one of my cousins and I, because we used to hang out a lot, like especially during the summer times, and, kids, we get into situations, and I was always like my grandmother, my Ita would always like I could do no wrong kind of thing, and then my other cousin would get it, and he's like, dude, like
you get away with murder with grandma.
Yeah, I'm just as guilty as everybody else, but nope, not me. And she used to call me her little chaparrito, because I might have been the second oldest as far as age went from the ones that we used to hang out around there, but in her eyes I was the little one, because physically, I don't know why, man, God just out of all my cousins I'm the shortest one, so I guess she was helping me out. But yeah, that's kind of.
So you were half shy, half bad, pretty much.
Yeah.
50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pues le pregunté que cómo era de chiquito, qué pensaría su familia de él, y dice que era mitad niño bueno, mitad demonio. All right, if you had to compare your life to a song, what would that song be? These are good.
Man.
The soundtrack of your life, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. I've said this before. I mean, it changes, I guess, on the daily. But right now, I'll go with something crazy, which would be Wild Side from Motley Crue. You know, it's just it's been a ride. You know, there's been a lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of crazy things that I've been through, and just. Basically, I think growing up is learning the ropes. You know, you make some decisions and you figure out what's right for you, and things that I did or whatnot. I think I learned I learned the hardest lesson, but I learned like the hardcore lessons. Like I learned the most out of some of those decisions. You know, and I made some of the decisions that like maybe like it was just. The motivation wasn't right. It might have been financially motivated or something as far as music goes, as opposed to doing something that I really believed in or that I loved. And I learned really quickly, don't do that. If you're going to play music, like for me, I shouldn't say don't do that. I can only talk for myself. I'm not telling anybody else what to do, but for me, it was like the feeling of doing that and having to live with it and it sitting with you for a while, it was that was where I learned the lesson to kind of play what you love to play, you know, record what you love to record, write what you want to write. I mean, there's plenty of room to do the other stuff because I'm a fan of everything from Frank Sinatra to the Van Halens and everything in between, classical music and things like that. So it's hard to find a style of music that I really don't like. So yeah.
They're saying the phones are freezing. Your phone and my phone. Sorry guys, maybe because we're in the studio, so bear with us if the phones are freezing. Okay, what would you like to be remembered? What would you like to be remembered about you?
Integrity. That I tried to do what was right for me, and you know, when circumstances get hard or you feel like people are just out to get you or just trying to get in your way or make your life harder for no other reason than just to do that, that I chose to take the high road and not play that kind of game, you know. So and it sucks a lot of times and it's a sacrifice, but I just think it's the right thing to do. And I don't want to be remembered for that, among other things, but that's really important.
What's the most memorable thing a fan has done for you? When they spoil you.
Yeah, a lot of, man, my fans are great.
All the stuff we give you.
Yeah, I've got a closet just full of things that fans have given me, and then I have like, in the pantry in the kitchen, you open the door and like literally one of the sections is just filled with candy. Like I never have to buy candy ever again. Starburst, Skittles, you know, and I mean, just the gesture alone, you know, I mean, but more important than that is, honestly, is that I get to spend time and I get to connect with fans. So if you come to a meet and greet or I run into you even at the store or whatever, I've been on the other side of that, you know, where I see somebody that I admire or would love to chat with. I have a problem with going up to them and talking to them. I'm just like, oh, that's so and so, and then I go the other way. But I know what it feels like, so I'll go out of my way to, you know, to keep people in their comfort zone, and I really do enjoy it. I you know, if you see me out at the store or whatever, hey, what's up, Chris? You know, I get that a lot. Last night at the Kiss concert, I must have taken 500 pictures. shook 500 hands and every last one of them. It was an awesome experience.
Okay, le pregunté qué es algo más memorable que le ha hecho un fan y dice todo lo que le regalan. Tiene en su casa un closet donde tiene todo lo que le regalan los fans. Y en la cocina tiene un pedazo donde está todo el dulce, que jamás va a volver a comprar dulce. Y dice que es lo que le gusta, compartir momentos con los fans. There you go, because they just said if you could play guitar.
Oh, so there. Okay. I'm starting to sweat here. You guys making me nervous.
I ain't even doing nothing.
Well, I mean, I know that people are watching, so.
If you would collaborate with anyone during the Super Bowl, who would it be?
Bruno Mars.
Ah, that's a good
There's a
one.
lot of them, but I'd have to say Bruno Mars, man. I dude inspires me a lot. A lot of people inspire me.
Bruno's the bomb.
Bruno's badass.
Have you ever had performance anxiety? I don't know if they can hear me on your page. Yeah, because I'm looking over here to ask the questions.
Have I ever had performance anxiety? Not really. I mean, the thing about it is like, I do so much practice and rehearsal before anything that I've learned you can be nervous all you want up until that minute that you walk on stage. And then for me, at that point, when I'm walking up the ramp on the side of the stage to walk out, you just have to let it go. Because at that point, what's going to happen is going to happen. And there's no sense in...
no turning back.
Yeah, there's no sense in worrying about it. And if you do, I mean, I feel like for me, you're not being in the moment. You know what I mean? And I think that fans out there, and it's happened, fans that are out there, and I'm playing, and I'm in the moment, and I make a mistake. I mean, it really doesn't matter to me, because we're sharing many moments, whether for that hour and whatever it is that I'm up on stage and they're listening or hearing it. So at that point, you just kind of gotta let it go.
I've had a few ask if you would make another book. Si él hiciera otro libro, han preguntado varias.
I mean, about what? Like, I really said all that I wanted to say on the subject of my relationship with Selena. I'm sure that when this documentary comes out, there will be some things in there that I didn't put in the book. You know what I mean? But the documentary is not going to be like the book turned into documentary form. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be more about my journey. And of course, part of my journey is the time that I was in Los Dinos or seeing Selena or being married to her. Of course, there's going to be that in there, but it's not going to be specifically about that, like the book was. You know what I mean? The book kind of focused
more into detail.
Yeah, but there'll probably be a few things in there that are not in the book.
Okay.
But for the most part, I feel like I got everything out in that. So.
Sobre el libro dice que ya dijo todo lo que quiso decir sobre la relación de él y Selena. La serie va a enfocar en cosas que a lo mejor no dijo en el libro, pero hay que ver la serie para eso. Pretty much.
Right.
How would you describe your band sound?
Badass.
That's a good one.
No, I mean, look, we're a mix of a lot of things, everybody brings what they bring to the table, no matter who I'm playing with, and I try to allow everybody to bring their voice. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those guys like that demands everything to be a certain way. Like if I bring like my drummer Robin, I love the way he plays. You know what I mean? So there are very few times that I'll give him a suggestion on anything, because if I love the way you play, then put that to the songs that we've written. You know what I mean? Or just add it to it, and to my ear, it sounds amazing. You know, it's funny because Joe Ojeda, you know, that was in Los Dinos with me, for me to be able to play with him again and just be reminded of his awesomeness, you know what I mean? It's, why would you want to not let somebody like that just go?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do your
Just
thing.
do their thing, yeah.
So.
There's a few birthdays they want shout outs and hellos.
Okay.
Just happy birthday, everybody.
Yeah, happy birthday, everybody. I wish I could say each name down.
Right, it's just too many. And hellos, holas y hellos. Porque quieren en español. Hola. They want to hear you speak Spanish. You would just be like, hola.
I'm going to put some music on.
What is your creative process? Yeah, look at that CD. Look at that CD. Ooh.
It all depends, you know. I'll write a song. Like a lot of the songs on this CD, matter of fact, on Resurrection, it's weird how they came about now looking back on it, because at the time I was a lot of things. I was scatterbrained. I wasn't all there. Sometimes I'd be hyper-focused. But Joe Ojeda used to leave, like, I have, and I still do to this day, I leave spiral, like, I have to have at least 4 spirals. I'll have one laying around in the studio, I'll have one laying around on my kitchen countertop, I'll have one with me at all times, and then I have another one in the living room, like on top of my guitar amp. And the purpose that serves is when I get an idea, whether it's musical or not, whether it's like a bill I forgot to pay, or don't forget to call so-and-so about such and such. All those pads get filled up really quickly, you know what I mean? And I save them. And what's cool is, like, I'm so, there's so many different things going on in each pad that some days I'll be flipping through, I'll go back to look for something, and then I'll find some lyric ideas that I had written down, and depending on where I'm at, I just start, if I'm playing the guitar, I'll just start writing the song that way. And then sometimes there's songs that just kind of like,
all right, a question.
I don't know where they come from.
A question that goes with that: how do you decide if the song will be in English or Spanish?
That's easy. I mean, it's just kind of the way the song starts. You know, I've translated a song from English to Spanish, but I always knew it was going to be recorded in English. You know what I mean? I didn't like decide it was going to be one way or the other. But if the song gets written in Spanish, like Solo Tu, Noches en Vela, ¿Por qué te fuiste? Agua Bendita, all those were written in Spanish. Now there's one on here that was written in English that we turned into Spanish, so I take everything I said back, which is Annie. John Garza wrote that one in English. Awesome. I mean, we do it in English now. Huh?
Those are jams.
Yeah, so we do it in English now. We do it half English and half Spanish, but on the record it's all in Spanish. But yeah, the song kind of tells me what it needs, you know?
The song speaks to you.
Yeah.
Where do you have to be mentally before a performance? In your zone.
It's funny because I need to make sure that everybody else is okay. Because I can't be okay unless I know my guys are good. You know what I mean? And so like this last show that we did in Houston, I made it a point to, I think it was 15 minutes before we went up, I just was like, everybody needs to get out of the because I have a dressing room, right? And everybody needs to get out of the dressing room and leave me with my guys. So it was just me and my
have a moment.
Yeah, and we had the set. Everybody had a set list, and we went over all the notes that only we know about each other because we've been rehearsing, and it's like, hey, this part that you were having an issue with, are we cool with that? You got it? You done whatever? Yeah. And we'll go back and forth with each other like that. Once everybody's on the same page and we're kind of, I'll say we're grounded and kind of connected in that sense, then I can relax and enjoy and get that show done. But yeah, I gotta make sure everybody else is cool before I'm good.
All right, hold on. Like everybody over here, a lot of people are saying that this one is static, like
Really?
freezing.
Let me see. Let me check it out.
If not, go to ChrisPerezRockers and it should be good. Because they're saying my video is better.
Oh, trying to reconnect. Yeah.
See?
I don't know. What am I doing here?
It's losing signal. That's what I say. Maybe because we're in the studio, guys.
Due to poor wireless. Oh wait. What if I take off the wireless? There's not much I can do. It's just trying to reconnect. I think.
Just leave it alone. Oh, where we at?
And it looks good now. Nope, trying to reconnect.
Probably just trying to catch signal. It's in a bad spot.
Alright. Well, we'll see what it does. I don't know.
Sean, hi Sean. There's too many people, y'all, so I can't go through all the comments. Sam Brano, Mr. Hot Wheels.
Sean! Is that Sean?
Yeah.
What's up,
He
Sean?
said you need to go on his radio show.
I'd love to. Let me, I'm gonna get on my horse and ride to Gonzales, Texas.
If not playing your guitar, what would you be doing right now to earn a living? This is a good one. Let me say it in Spanish. Si no estuvieras tocando la guitarra, ¿qué estuvieras haciendo de trabajo?
I used to say I'd be an auto mechanic. Because I love working on...
Un mecánico.
Yeah, because I love working on vehicles. But now I'm going to say I would be a badass. Not just an okay, not just good, but I would be a badass cook/chef.
Oh, you're going there?
Man.
With your rice?
Yeah. I have to learn how to make Mexican rice first. But
yes,
I would do that. I would do that. And then, I mean, I have so much fun. I mean, I do have a fear of cutting myself, while I'm there cutting
You
stuff.
cut a finger off?
Yeah, and then, I almost lost this finger a couple of years ago. I don't know if you can see that mark on my hand right there.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
The little dent?
Yeah,
Like a dent on your skin.
Yeah, but it was a slash.
Ooh.
Slash. But what happened was, and thank God Cassie was home with me, man, because who knows what would have happened. But it was early in the morning. Cassie was in her room, door was closed, and I was going to make me some coffee. And so I opened the, I have to reenact it. So I opened, two doors, right? So I opened the door to get the coffee cup, and when I opened the door, a glass from up here fell down, and as it was falling like a dummy, I tried to catch it, and when I missed it, and it shattered on the countertop, and my hand came down like that, and it landed flat with all the jagged edges like that, and when it landed flat like that, and my hand just went, "Kah!" and it cut straight into the meat right there. So, I freak out when I see blood, right?
You were going to faint.
No, yeah, for sure. No, when I felt it felt like a dull but hot boom, right? And I knew already, and I called Cassie, I yelled Cassie's name, and I just heard her scrambling in the room, and she opened the door, she said, "What?" And I said, they're freaking out. And,
blood everywhere.
yeah, and then I started getting lightheaded. I'm like, hold on. And I had a big old wad of napkins, because I didn't even want to see red on the napkin.
You said you wouldn't be a good surgeon. No.
Hell no. So I was there, and then Cassie's like, let me see it. And I'm like, hold on. I had to get the nerve up to take the thing up. I couldn't look at it. And then I had to lay on the sofa because I thought I was gonna fall down. So I'm laying on the sofa and all like soflamero, just oh my god. And then
drastic.
Yeah, and then I'm doing this like I can move it. Oh, stop! The blood's coming out. I'm like so I and I held my hand up and I just said, how does it look? She's like, we gotta go.
Oh,
like, damn. So I don't even want to talk about what happened after.
Well, you're gonna be a cook.
I'm right now just thinking about it. But yeah. Why did I even bring that up?
Because we were talking about you being a cook.
Yeah, and working with knives. And
yes,
stuff
you don't want to cut yourself.
Yeah, but that's what I would be. I would be a cook, a chef somewhere.
What advice would you give young, aspiring musicians, the little kids coming?
I mean, kids nowadays they see other kids on TV doing it, so they know it's possible, right? Which, unlike me, I didn't get much of that growing up. I didn't see it. I was a kid watching grown musicians on TV. But I think kids nowadays, they get to see a lot of other people their own age actually doing it. And I think that's cool. I think it's a great way to get inspired. But I think that the advice that I would give them is like, what you see on TV is not really how it is in real life. There's a lot of sacrifice. There's a lot of work.
Fairy tales.
There's a lot, yeah, because they don't see these prodigy kids. They don't see them practicing 5-6 hours a day and what it takes
to make one CD or one single.
Yeah, and the struggle between them and their parents or whatever. I mean, they live for the most part, they live an adult life as a child, most children, I think they need to be advised, like, it's going to be a lot of work. Like, seriously. And it's like with me, for that 1 hour and a half that I'm on stage playing, it's like there's the other 23 and a half hours of the day that you got to go through, you know what I mean, and prepare.
Just to get ready for that.
That nobody really sees. And when they do see it, in the world we live in now, I mean, we can dress it up and make it look fancy and nice and slick. And look how wonderful my life is on the road or whatever. And then the minute the camera turns off, you're just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The camera's on. Hey, what's up, everybody?
Uh-huh.
So yeah, it's
how hard you have to struggle to get there.
Yeah.
This is a good one. How does it feel when you take a step back and see just how loved you are by your fans? Do you ever feel like you're not the celebrity, so this can't be all for you?
No, you know what? I feel special because of the way I've handled myself with the media, with the press, with the fans, with the public in general, is that I've always tried to be who I am. I've never tried to act like I'm something I'm not to please people that I don't know.
I can vouch for that. I met you in 2012 and you've been exactly the same. That's why we love you.
Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate that. And like friends of mine that have known me for even longer than that, or even my family, they're like, that he's the same dude. I mean, Carlos says it all the time. I mean, I know a lot of you out there listening know who Carlos is. Carlos Miranda's my boy. No, we go way the hell back, and he'll be the first one to tell you, and he tells people that want to work with me, hey, what is he like or whatever. He's like, he's been the same way that
what you see is what you get.
Yeah. So, yeah.
You get it?
That's why it feels so good to know that I have the following and the backing from the people that I do. Fans included. It's because I know that it's for real, or it's because you really know who I am. It's not an act and things like that. So on that note, I appreciate it and I thank you guys very much.
You're not a different Chris on front of the camera and outside of the camera.
Right.
Yeah. You're getting a lot of requests of a certain song for you to play on that guitar. Beady beady bum bum.
Oh my God, that's not. But I mean, that.
I was saying, can you even play that on that guitar?
I can. But
It won't sound right.
no, it won't sound right. I mean, it's basically 3 chords. Look, it's basically a B flat major.
Quieren que toque biri biri bam bam, pero está difícil en esta guitarra.
Right, B flat major, and then an E flat with a 9th thrown in it. It's a cool chord, and then an F again with a 9th in it, and then back down to the E flat. So when you do it with the rhythm, B flat major to E flat 9 to F9, it's, of course I have the wah pedal going, which I can't do with this, but and then there's another part I do through one of the verses. Solo, I can't go that high on the guitar.
Solo, yeah, no, not the
I know
solo.
everybody's like, he's gonna do the solo. Nah.
Yeah, everybody's ready for it. That was awesome.
I can't go that high. I gotta,
See, Chris loves you guys. Y'all got that special thing right there.
Yeah. So
got a little bit of bitty bitty bomb bomb. I'm getting like 1,000,000 hearts.
1,000,000 hearts.
That's all. They're reacting hearts.
Right.
Y'all heard it here, bitty bitty bomb bomb on that type of guitar, which I don't know much about guitars, but yeah.
It's a good guitar. It's just,
Oh, where we at? What do you believe sets you apart from other musicians and makes your music so effective to your fans? The way you are.
Yeah, I wouldn't know how to answer that. I mean, I just do kind of what I do and what makes me happy, and to a fault sometimes. Like some of my best friends, like Babo, Robert Gomez, he's in the trenches. He's out there working in the music industry, making it happen for himself, and he works really hard, and like, I don't know how he does it, man, but he's in that, you know what I mean? He's in the game, and we go back and forth in the studio big time, because he's thinking one thing, in his world, and I'm thinking a whole other thing in my world, and we've had people that have like sat in on a session and they hear us going back and forth with each other, and it just sometimes doesn't sound right, but I guess but it works. I mean, I love Bob, and he's super talented, and we work really good together, and he keeps me keeps my ear to the ground, listening to the new stuff.
You need people like that.
Stuff. Yeah, otherwise I'll just lock myself in a room and listen to Van Halen and Kiss all day.
What is the most important lesson you have learned from working with other musicians? Ooh, the stuck-up ones. Don't be like them.
Nah. Everybody has a voice. Everybody has a voice, and to make them feel safe, you know what I mean, and feel like they're not being judged. You'd be surprised at how many successful musicians are out there, that, myself included, that get nervous going into a new studio or working with people that you've only heard of and you've never met, which I've done quite a bit, and every time it's quite nerve-wracking. And I think the key to making it comfortable for everybody involved is to be open, make the other person feel like they have a platform to put their talent and their voice on. You know what I mean? And then everything kind of starts clicking from there. And that's what I learned about working with other people, because a lot of sessions I went into feeling like I wasn't good enough. Or what am I going to do? Or, oh my God, what am I going to add to this? There's nothing I can create or whatever. And then I've worked with so many people that have made me feel, they know I feel that way, and then they make me feel the opposite. It's like, dude, that thing you do, you know what I mean? And then I'll start playing something, and it's like exactly like that. After you do that enough times, you start learning, like, oh, that's a good secret trick to having people open up and give you their best, is you have to make them feel like it. Don't walk into a studio with an ego, or with an attitude, because you're just kind of shooting yourself in the foot, in my opinion, and in my experience. So that's one thing I learned about working with other people.
Or for everybody just logging in, he already played a piece of Bidi Bidi Bam Bam. They're still asking. Ya tocó un poco de Bidi Bidi Bam Bam. Yeah, no se puede tantas canciones. Then they're saying best I can. People, calm down.
Right.
You need to start charging for that.
One day we'll do one of those.
What is your biggest achievement? Did I say that one? No.
Well, I mean, that's kind of a loaded question. Are we talking musically? Or are we talking personally?
I would say musically.
Musically, I'd say the Grammy, winning a Grammy. Being able to put a band together, make a record that won a Grammy, and go on the road and tour behind that, and to be able to sustain that for the years that I was able to do that, because it was a lot of work. Looking back on it now, there's a lot of weight to carry. And then on top of that, to be dealing with, obviously, the loss of Selena and the press and how it was being treated by certain members of the media, and it was just like added stuff that most people don't have to deal with. And looking back on it now, to be able to have gone through that, do the job that I did with that, and come out with a Grammy on the other end of it, I mean, you know, there was a time where I was like, it's an award, you know, it's, but that was just a shallow, inexperienced Chris thinking about it, you know, and now it's like, oh my God, people that actually give a shit in the industry voted on me to win this thing, you know what I mean, over some amazing groups that I was a fan of, that actually without them I wouldn't have done the record. So it's weird, but it was cool, you know. Part of me is glad that I got to experience that, right? The other part of me is like, but let's keep going, let's move on, let's, you know, not necessarily try to do it again, but stick with the integrity and the drive, and continue doing that.
Well, here's a good one in Spanish. ¿Cuál es tu canción favorita de Selena y los Dinos?
It would be one of the conjuntos. I mean, it's either like Ven Conmigo, Tus Desprecios, Las Cadenas. Probably Las Cadenas. Probably that one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it is. I wish I remembered it.
What roles do Cassie and Noah? I don't know.
You know how
I don't know. Let's see if you know. Yeah.
Anyway, those kind of songs. I used to love playing those songs.
Go look for my CDs.
Yeah.
What roles do Cassie and Noah play when it comes to your music? If any.
Noah's just like constantly, he's got a knack for, when I'm working on an idea, getting in the way, like stopping me, you know what I mean? If I'm just noodling around and playing around, he's in his own world, he's cool. But the minute I spark onto something and I'm like trying to work, that's the minute he wants to play beach ball. Or
he wants your attention.
Yeah, that's the role he plays in it. Cass is you know, she's already grown out of the house and doing her thing, and I'm super proud of her, you know. But it's a weird time and space for me right now, because they're old enough to kind of do their own thing, you know what I mean? And for so long, them growing up and from baby to teenager, and as a parent wanting to be there for them as much as you can, you know what I mean? It kind of takes away from the musician the time that you have. Because even if I'm sitting there playing the guitar and I know Cassie's having an issue or a problem or even something positive, like I'm not 100% focused on this. I'm focused on that as a father. You know, so now that she's older, and I'm sure it's never going to go away, but now that she's older and she's on her own and I see her happy and she's successful and she's got these plans that are like super cool, it like gives me peace that I haven't felt in a really long time, to be more open to the connection between myself and wherever these ideas come from, music or guitar playing,
Awesome. Where am I at? Favorite all-time hot sauce? Red, green, which one?
Some
people are just joining in. He wants to come out with his own brand of hot sauces.
No, I am coming out with
yeah, that's right, by December.
And that will be my favorite one, by the way.
Yeah. But for now,
we just have to finish it up. For now, I've been on a real chipotle kick. And it's not necessarily a hot sauce, but HEB has these chipotle peppers in like a bluish red can. I forget sun something. I forget the name of them. But I've been using that as opposed to like Tabasco or Louisiana hot sauce, which I'll use occasionally too.
Where am I at? What is your favorite all-time song to perform? Other than the little karaoke thing we just had, we were just waiting for singers.
Yeah, I mean, recently we started pulling out a few of the Selena songs, but of course, I don't do them exactly like the record, but it's like a different kind of energy that the crowd gives back, because we'd be rocking all night long, and we still rock out the Selena songs, but it's like...
Yeah, she does that to you.
Yeah.
I can vouch for that.
Yeah, you've been there. Like, everybody starts singing. Like, if they've been singing, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, if they're singing, everybody in the crowd is singing at a 7. When we play those Selena songs...
It's a 20.
Yeah, it ain't a 10. It's like a 20. And it's like, we can almost stop playing and just...
Let the crowd sing it.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, like, we're part of the crowd at that point. You know what I mean? And it's like we're all in there just enjoying that moment. It's not us playing that. It doesn't feel like it feels like I'm a fan. You know what I mean? I'm with you guys that are out there.
I feel like you said one time that it feels like you're just in the garage and everybody just hanging out playing.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And it's almost like
it's not an actual concert.
Oh, you remember that song? You're like, duh. It sold like how many millions of records?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, then it's no favorite. There's no favorite all-time song to perform. All of them.
There's no favorite.
Any tours coming? Anything music-wise?
Yeah, actually, they're working on a Texas tour. There's another special project that might come to light, but I can't talk too much about it, and we would probably start that off on the West Coast. But yeah, they're working on doing a Texas tour with my band. I think
Chris Pérez project or band?
I don't even know what to call it anymore.
Or your band?
Yeah.
With John and Robin and Joe?
Yeah,
okay.
I'd love for it to be that.
That will be awesome.
Yeah, and then so that tour would be probably like, we'd probably do Austin. We just did Houston, so we'd probably do Austin, San Antonio, Dallas, El Paso.
Yes.
I know they talked about McAllen.
Y'all hear that? I know Laredo, a lot of y'all want that.
Laredo, yeah. And probably what would be really cool is if I could somehow tie that into the documentary that I'm working on and make it all one big kind of thing.
Oh, I'm sure they can follow you and stuff.
Yeah, so that people that maybe if they had seen the documentary, they'd have a little more insight as to what was going to be happening at these shows. Because I've learned so much in the last 5 years, 6 years, of how to handle things. And it's kind of like, I did the Chris Pérez band, we did Resurrection, we did another record, we went on tour, we did all of that stuff, and then I stopped. I never stopped being a musician. I was always in the studio, started working with AB again, and doing the Kings, recording with the Kings, and then going on the road with the Cumbia Kings, and then starting the All Stars, and with Pee Wee and all that other stuff, and then, so I was still out there doing it, but when I got back with the guys recently, like not even a month ago, but just being in the room with everything, it's the first time that you notice, like, I've really learned a lot. I see things a lot differently than I used to when we all got in the room together. You know, so I'm looking forward to using those new tools that I have to work with these guys and to make it better than it was before. So that's what will be happening on this tour when it happens. And it'll happen, Texas tour. So just be on the lookout.
Yeah.
Stay on social media.
I'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
Everybody's asking when the documentary comes out.
We're working on it right now. I have no clue. I've never done anything like this before, but we're trying to do things really quickly. But, you know, with integrity and in a good way. So.
Give it justice.
Yep.
If you could work with anyone you haven't worked with yet, who would it be and why? Other than Bruno Mars.
I don't know. Man, I'd love to work with other musicians, not necessarily celebrities, you know, people that are famous. I'd love to do a record like what these other guitar players out there are doing, where like each song is a different singer. And I get to call everybody that I've worked with, you know, and be like, yo, I got this
that would
rock
be
song.
awesome.
You want to come sing on this tune or whatever, you know. I would love to be able to do a project like that one of these days. And I think I'll be able to do it. And it's going to be cool.
That would be awesome.
I want to use singers that maybe sing R&B, but have them do a rock project, you know, kind of like what Janet Jackson did with Black Cat, things like that. Or if I have a pop song, I'll have a rock dude sing it, or I don't know, just mix it up.
That would be awesome. Biggest people you admire, famous or not?
Man, I don't know. I'm watching real closely right now, you know, with kind of the state of our country and a lot of things that are going on, and the way certain people behave in the media or in the press. You know what I mean? Like I hope for the best, but lately I haven't been seeing a lot of that as far as behavior or just not that I'm anybody to talk about behavior, but I ain't running for office or trying to do any of that other stuff. It's just I mean, I'm a fan of. I know so many people that do some great work with the community. You know what I mean, here in San Antonio, that makes me proud to be a member of the community. You know, and done some work with the Salvation Army and just different organizations. Those are the kind of people that inspire me.
Yeah, there you go.
You know?
The real ones doing it for the heart.
Right.
Well, I'm done with the questions. I'm gonna play a little something. We need to be on Instagram real quick.
So I guess that's it then, guys. Thank you everybody for watching. And have a good week. It's Monday.
Say hi Instagram real quick, but that's it.
Monday Night Football.
Who's playing today?
I
my Texans.
Is it the Texans and the Saints?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, Texans.
I won't talk mess.
Yeah. Yeah, I won't tell everybody you're wearing a Dallas Cowboys shirt either.
No, I'm not. Bye, y'all. Play a little something.
Thanks for tuning in.
Take us out with a little something.
What are we going to take you out with?
They want stuff from Resurrection.
We'll do the intro the best I can, and then we're out of here.
There you go.